Everyone, thanks for joining us tonight for News 4 at 6. I'm Matt Breen. Jessica Bowman is on assignment. A place for peace and comfort as loved ones pass, that's something every family wants. That dream is almost a reality in Sioux City's Morningside neighborhood. KTIV's community impact reporter Taylor Deckert takes us to the Mitchell Hospice House, something supporters say is a first of its kind for the city.
My mother came to me with an idea saying we need a hospice house in Sioux City, so go build one.
The Mitchell House is a home-like environment for those in need of a tranquil place to spend their final days.
You have to have a terminal diagnosis of 6 months or less to live, and that is given by the medical director of whatever hospice agency you choose.
They will still do all of the medical plans, and then we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
Rather than spending their final moments in a nursing home or at home, guests can come to the Mitchell House. Staff will work alongside other Siouxland hospice care providers to give end-of-life care.
You can be a daughter, a wife, instead of being a caregiver at home, trying to manage your loved one at home, where we can provide that support and you can just be the loved one.
The house will provide meals and room and board, and there's no time frame. Guests can stay 1 day or 6 months. Assigned not a number, but a room.
Numbers are just cold. There's not homey. I wanted to be a loving name. We have our tree as our emblem, so from that we went into let's name each room after a tree.
There's even a room for families from out of town to stay, paid by the night, which is closer than any hotel room could be.
It takes an army. Just come, hold their hand, tell them how much you love them, and we'll do the work.
Next steps include finishing construction, hosting an open house, and training volunteers. Within the next few months, the house will be welcoming their first guests.
The families and the people, we're going to make them a home.
In Sioux City, Taylor Deckert, KTIV News 4.
Organizers say they're looking for donors and for volunteers. They're also looking for a muralist. Those trees that were mentioned, the hallways are lined with pictures of trees ready to be permanently painted on the wall. To contact the Mitchell House, check out this story at ktiv.com.